Last time we left you just a few hours north of Cape Town, unaware of the journey that would steal our hearts. Join us as we venture into the Kalahari, along dusty back roads, through red sand landscapes, into a wildlife sanctuary where we met one of nature's rarest, most mysterious creatures, the pangolin. Wander along with us. Is Pango ready for the Van Rijnspas? We're not gonna tell him.
Not tell him. Maybe he thinks that it's just a little hill. If he knows.
Reliving the times.
The road to Africa, turn and back.
So Pango is parked over there. Over there. We're on a remote farm close to Fontein and Namaqualand.
Going for a hike. There's a few routes up the ridge. This is called the Skurveberg. Skurve means like rough. You see, it's a bit of a rough landscape on the ridges. We're in Namaqualand, heading towards Augrabies Falls National Park in the Kalahari. So we came yesterday from just above Parel, and then we drove from there, drove up north towards the N7, took the road north, and in the end we decided we're going inland. So we went right at Van Rijnsdorp and over the Van Rijnspas.
Drive into the Karoo Highlands there, huh?
Yes, so
beautiful.
Yeah, so you're in the lowlands and you drive up over the pass into the highlands, and that's what we call the escarpment, the Great Escarpment. So over the whole of South Africa and part of Southern Africa, there's this plateau that's at a higher level than the sea regions. So you go over the escarpment, which is actually just a steep fall to the lowlands. There you can see those views of you're on this mountain and you see the flatlands below. The flatlands are Harderveld, Knarsvlakte. So yesterday I asked what is Knars again, and I had to look it up, but it's grind. So I'm assuming that area, when you walk or drive over it, it sort of sounds like a grinding sound. I'm not sure. I prefer to think of it like you're just like grinding your teeth when you look at this flatness. That's how I always saw it when I was little, and we drove over and my dad said that's Knarsvlakte. I'm just thinking of grinding your teeth like, no, this is hard. Look at the engineering of a finch. This is amazing. So these are quite new nests, so I don't want to get close in case there's something in there. But you can see there's like a definite shape to it. So it has this round side, and then the entrance is there at the bottom so that things can't get in easily. This one that fell, as you can see, this is where it attaches to a branch, and there the eggs will lie in that little nest there. You see there's different layers, like the acacia leaves there in the beginning, and then this is a harder type that they actually like weave together. Look at that. Look at that woven part. It's like knotted together. Right. I'm trying to go hiking, but
Cannot do this to me.
but someone is at the end of her book, and she cannot leave without finishing it. Sorry. I'll take the people around. We're camping at Augrabies Falls National Park. Really amazing. PANGO is parked here at the edge of the camping, and over those rocks you head towards the falls. And you see, we last night couldn't get it quite level at the spot where we wanted to camp. We used our max tracks. I'll quickly show you here over the rocks what it looks like. You can see the dussies live here, and apparently baboons as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a baboon that's ready. Okay.
We are gonna do this fat one.
Vet Dussie. Hi.
Kom Dassie.
Kom. So, we're now almost 5 kilometers in. I think the rest of it is just following this road. You just mentioned what you liked about the hike.
Yeah, what I do like is that you walk over and through all these rocks, that it's at the same time not steep.
But it's doable without being boring.
Yeah.
And without being scary, and you see a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, highly recommended.
also now that we're more than 5 kilometers in, I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. There's a banana. You didn't know?
No!
Yes. Banana from a monkey. Here.
Thank you. Now I can't complain anymore. What a pity.
What are you doing down there?
Trying to connect the spotlights. Trying to connect them to the same power supply as the winch. Because the loom that they sell it with is made for something with a battery in the bonnet. Not like a Defender with a battery under the seat. And then the loom only has 2 wires, but the light has 3. So I'm assuming we cannot use one of the settings of the light. Let's just do this for now, and later make a plan with a new loom. Yeah, but it's really uncomfortable here.
Does it look like it?
Yeah. And I'm filthy.
After a few days, we said goodbye to the majestic waterfalls at Augrabies and hit the road again. Via a stop at a friend in Uppington, we drove further into the Kalahari Desert.
Morning.
Morning.
We are on our way to an animal sanctuary. It's Kalahari Wildlife Sanctuary.
Yeah.
As you can hear, we are on a gravel road. And somewhere in the Kalahari, a few hours from Uppington. rather stopping so we can talk to you. And there we are going to learn how they rehabilitate pangolins and other wildlife. A dream come true would be if there's a little pangolin, which is also sad because then it has to be rehabilitated, but still, if we can see one, that would be amazing. Yeah, we're going to learn and see what the wonderful people there do day to day.
Yeah. Excited!
Emptied out my soul. You've heard it all before. Honest, but I know. Left these years ago. I was young and I'm old. Still can't fill the void.
So we've been wanting to show you this, and most of them we've seen is on telephone poles and so, but now we found this beautiful one in a tree. It's a family bird nest. So we've shown you the small finch nest that the finches build, but this thing is magnificent because these birds, they live in this family. Everyone has a nest. You see all the holes in there, and you see them flying in and out. It is amazing. It gets massive. I've seen even bigger ones, and yeah, if they're on telephone poles, they tend to be too heavy. Break them or break the lines, start sliding down the line. But quite amazing what these birds can do.
We arrived at the Kalahari Wildlife Project, and the owner Michelle van Niekerk showed us around the place. They take care of all sorts of animals, from aardvark to giant owls, from caracals to tiny meerkats, and specifically pangolins.
Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done.
Morning. We are here today at the Kalahari Wildlife Project, and I have Michelle van Niekerk here, and we just want to ask her a few questions about what they're doing here.
Ja, ek is die bestuurder van Kalahari Wildlife Project en ons rehabiliteer diere. Ons laat hulle, ons groot doel is om hulle te kan vrylaat terug in die natuur. So ons wil almal wat inkom, elkeen 'n goeie geleentheid gee om weer terug te gaan in die natuur.
So we've seen you work with a lot of different types of animals, but you specifically also work with pangolins.
Ja, nee, ons werk spesifiek met bedreigde spesies ook. Ons hou hulle, al die ander diere word hier aangehou en versorg ons. Ons werk met hulle, ons versorg hulle, maar hulle word glad nie by ons aangehou op die hier by ons by die hokke of so nie, want 'n itermagok kan jy glad nie in 'n hok aanhou nie. Dis nie 'n dier wat jy kan enigstens kos voorgee buiten dat hulle in die veld moet wy.
It seems to be a quite a special animal. What is it like for you to work with such a different type of animal?
Ja, ek dink itermagos het regtig nie dat ek hulle gekies het nie, ek dink hulle het my gekies. En hulle is baie spesiaal. Itermagos is definitief nie 'n troeteldier nie, dis nie 'n dier wat jy kan aanhou nie, maar dat dit vir ons vir die omgewing en die natuur ongelooflike goeie waarde het om hulle te kan bewaar en te kan behou, dat hulle nie uitsterf nie, is 'n ongelooflike voorreg.
What dangers do these animals face in this area?
Ek dink ons grootste vyand vir itermagos is ons as mens, ongelukkig. So ja, die handel in itermagos is een van hulle grootste vyande. En dit gaan oor tradisionele waardes. Baie mense dink dit het enige dat die skubbe waarde het. Baie mense wil van die vleis eet, maar die skubbe het geen waarde nie. Dan kan jy net sowel al 10 jou nals gaan uittrek, want dit bevat keratin. En dis maar soos renosterhorings, dis keratin en geen waarde daarin nie. Dit kan nie hoë bloeddruk genees nie, dit kan nie arthritis genees nie.
And then you also have some issues where pangolins come in that either are trapped between two electric fences, or they get hurt or die on the electric fences.
Gaan na die heining toe en dan probeer hy boor gaan en die oomblik is die elektriese heining op sy magies kop, dan krul hy in 'n bolletjie. Ja. En dis dan dat hy nie kan loskom nie en dat die heining hom doodskop. Dis nie net vir die itermagos nie, dis die skilpaaie, dis baie reptiele, ons luislange, alles beland in elektriese heininge en dit is ongelukkig deel van ons boerderysisteem in Suid-Afrika en hoe gouer ons kan oplossings kry daarvoor, hoe beter is dit vir ons bedreigde spesies wat die itermagol ook is. So ons is besig, daar is heelwat projekte met navorsing. Hoopelik met al die navorsing sal ons kan definitief oplossings kry. Ja, ons is nou in die kliniek wat ons, dit was maar 'n ou skuur gewees op die plaas wat ek omskep het in 'n kliniek wat ons graag ook die omgewingsmense wil help en eenmal 'n maand kom ons veearts uit en dan behandel ons ook diere van die omgewing, maar so ook dan nou al die diere wat in die rehabilitasiesentrum is. Ja, die kombuis is maar altyd deur mekaar want dis die plek waar jy werk in die oggende, so dis maar waar ons die kos voorberei en vanaf word die kos uitgevat na hulle toe. Dan is dit maar waar ons die diere weeg en dan kan ek maar vir julle wys, ons teater is nie 'n vreeslike teater soos 'n teater nie, maar as die veearts kom en ons moet operasies doen, ons het daarom 'n narkose masjien. Ons behoefte is dat ons baie graag 'n ekstra masjien ook hier wil hê. Dit maak dit net vir ons makliker as van die bedreigde spesies inkom, dat ons kan onmiddellik kyk, is hulle dragtig, ons kan hulle skandeer, ons kan narkose gee.
Yesterday we went with you to a primary school where we did the whole program of Pangolin South Africa with the kids. And why was it special for you to do it at that school?
Ja, dit was vir my baie lekker geweest. Ek het regtig was trots om te kon teruggaan. Dis 'n laerskool, volop laerskool waar ek self skool gegaan het, my ma daar skool gegaan. So dis 'n skooltjie wat vir baie jare bestaan, 'n plaasskooltjie en om gister te kon teruggaan vir hulle te kon vertel oor bewaring, oor spesifiek diere wat hulle al gesien het, wat hulle ken. Dit was nou regtig baie spesiale oomblik vir my gewees in ja, om te sien dat die kinders regtig geluister het wat jy vir hulle vertel, dat hulle intelligente kinders is. En ons kon danksy Pangolin South Africa vir hulle balkies gee en sertifikate wat sê is 'n Pangolin Guardian. En dit was vir my baie besonders geweest.
Anything else you'd like to add to people about this life you lead?
Ja, ek dink elkeen van ons word maar gebore met 'n doel in die lewe en ons het 'n passie. En myne is om diere te kan gesond maak en diere te versorg en dit is ook maar beland het om 'n rehabilitasiesentrum oop te maak en ek is dankbaar ek kan dit op die plaas doen waar ek elke dag werk en ons het die spasie en ons het die omgewing om die diere weer makliker terug in die natuur te kan sit. As jy graag iets in bewaring wil doen of wil teruggee, kontak hulle persone en kontak die organisasies en raak betrokke. Dis die lekkerste om te kan voel jy was deel van iets en jy is deel van 'n goeie 'n projek, so ek wil graag die mense aanmoedig om dit te kan doen en iets terug te gee aan bewaring.
Sociable weaver nests.
Is that what you called it? Sociable weaver nest.
In English, yeah.
Yes. I only had the Afrikaans name. Sociable weaver nest.
I'm Donald from Pangolin Africa, and I'm the program coordinator and pangolin monitor.
What does it mean to you to work with pangolins?
I've always been fascinated by them. So ever since before I started working with pangolins, they're just this enigma. I've seen hundreds of leopards. I don't know how many times I've seen lions, thousands. But pangolins were always this thing of you never know when you're next going to see a pangolin, and it could always be the last pangolin you ever see. And the fact that they are a mystery. There's so much we don't know about them. So when I got the opportunity to start working with them, it was amazing to get to see how they behave, how they interact with their environment and things like that. And there's a lot of things I've seen and witnessed that you don't find in books. You never know when you might just see something that sometimes no one else has seen before. So they still have that enigma and a mystery to them.
And then, for us, a dream came true. Stitch is one of the pangolins they're rehabilitating. And while he was feeding in the veld, we were able to walk with him.
Dead or alive? What do you think? Is this the good life? Not bad.
Not bad at all.
In the middle of the Kalahari.
Camping on someone's land. We're allowed to park here. and set up camp. So that's very, very nice.
Hello. Where are we?
We are in Witsand.
Witsand?
White sand.
Yes, Kalahari.
Kalahari, yeah. We're setting up camp. We're the only ones here.
Yes.
And well, you've been here before. I haven't, so I still have to see where we actually are. But I think maybe tomorrow we are gonna rent bicycles.
Yes.
We can rent bicycles here.
Yeah, I was here for my 21st birthday with my parents.
2 years ago.
Smallish nature reserve, white sands, and they say it makes a noise at a certain humidity. It makes a noise. I don't think we'll have it now. It's now a bit too wet.
Yeah.
Brolsand, they call it.
Yeah.
It's roaring sand. And now we just set this up. We dusted it off, and
The inside.
the inside, yeah, the outside is what it is. And now fire, a little wine or a beer,
Yeah.
and chilling. So. Natural treadmill.
You made it almost. But the reward is good.
Yeah, unfortunately no roaring at the roaring sands today. We are now leaving the Northern Cape, and yeah, this is the end of our Kalahari trip.
Yeah.
Just drove out of Kuruman, and it was nice to see my grandmother's house. I was just thinking, at the end of the street you walk into the veld, and we used to take a bow and arrows and go and shoot at old termite heaps.
There might have been crawling pangolins around then, huh?
Probably was.
Yeah.
Probably was, especially back then.
Yeah, but you were not aware of it.
No, yeah, I know the word Namaqualand, but that's it. I didn't really know what it was. I've never seen one.
Now we saw pangolins, and we had a very special week in this area.
Yes.
Especially at Michelle's place at Wildlife Kalahari.
It's been a very special time for us, and we're very appreciative of what we've been able to see and learn and experience.
Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for wandering along. Thanks for all your lovely comments on our videos. Keep them coming. Hereby we close off our Kalahari trip, and we'll see what the next adventure will be. Probably Limpopo Kruger Park, if we make it that far.
We change our minds a lot.
See you next time! If you like watching our videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hope to see you next time.
Look at the moss. Like velvet. Oh, I love it. Little micro world in here, huh?
You're plant hunting again?
Plant hunting again. I'm boring the people again.
I'll cut it out.
Look at those nice succulents there.